The poor at the World Cup. Yeah, the World Cup is here. Woohoo! I can't wait to set off the firecrackers I bought whenever there's a goal.
But boy, Brazil isn't even playing today. It's other teams.
I don't care. I just want to see the goal. Woohoo! The rich guy at the World Cup.
So you're saying the World Cup is about to start? Bet 50,000 on Great Britain's loss.
I bet 100 that Messi will score 3 goals.
And I bet $1 million that Neymar will fall at least 10 times per minute of play.
Deal. It's going to be a fun World Cup.
The World Cup is a global event that's part of everyone's life. Even people who don't like soccer will watch the World Cup and cheer for their country. But did you know there are differences between the rich and the poor during the World Cup? Where does the rich person watch the game?
The game is about to start. Let's watch.
Where does the poor guy watch the game? Hey, the game is about to start. Not now. Television work already, you useless thing. What a load of crap. There, now it's working. For poor folks, the World Cup is an event like no other. Because it's the time when poor people are most allowed to make noise. When Brazil's playing, oh man! Motorcycles revving in the street, causing a ruckus. People banging on pots with wooden spoons. Setting off fireworks, endless shouting. Everyone starts decorating their house in green and yellow, buys popcorn soda. It's the event of the decade! Tune in on Globo to watch it! With narration by Galvão Bueno, the old tube television keeps losing signal. Then all you hear are the shouts.
Boy, go fix the television antenna.
One of the worst things is having to mess with the television antenna. The television only works when the antenna is in the most inconvenient positions, never when it's easy to access. You have to get creative to make it work. You put a nail in the wall and tie the antenna. Sometimes you even hang it from the rafters of the house. The important thing is to get a signal. Now, the rich guy has a 100-inch television in his living room. The television is so big that the player looks bigger than a real person on the screen. The television image is more realistic than real life. But do you think he's going to watch the game at home, huh? No way, the rich guy goes straight to Qatar. When he arrives, he stays in a very important person lounge with a view better than the players. There he can eat caviar, drink champagne, take selfies with the field in the background, all very fancy. When Brazil scores in the World Cup, the poor guy goes wild, spending his limited money on fireworks. The explosions drive the dogs crazy, making them cover their ears as if it's the apocalypse. A bunch of fireworks in the sky, guys revving their motorcycles in the middle of the street. The kids are screaming. After the game, the boys go out to play soccer in the street. One pretends to be Neymar and starts diving, while the other claims to be Hulk and fouls everyone. But for Rico, when Brazil scores, he either wins or loses money, as his focus is on betting sites. He and several other rich guys make million-dollar bets. Their fun isn't even about watching the game that's happening. Instead, it's the adrenaline rush from winning or losing money. After the game, he takes his limo to Qatar's most luxurious hotel. To celebrate because he won the bets he made on the game, or to regret his wrong bets? To cheer himself up, he shops online. They still say that money doesn't bring happiness, man. But don't be fooled, poor people bet too. Poor people's bets are simpler. They wager bottles of cachaça, motorcycles, houses, and even their children. Borrowing money from loan sharks is dangerous if you can't pay it back after losing a bet. Yikes! The wealthy celebrate the World Cup by decorating their cars with Brazilian flags and purchasing national team jerseys for the entire family. They purchase official World Cup balls as gifts for their children and nephews. The wealthy buy anything green and yellow, resulting in their houses being more decorated than the World Cup stadium. But the World Cup at the poor person's house always ends in a fight. First, because everyone is drunk. And second, because poor people just need an excuse to fight. So the people who were all united cheering for Brazil start arguing, breaking chairs. The brawl breaks out. You just see kids crying, dogs barking, and all the neighbors at their doors watching the mess. Then the cops show up already pissed off because they're missing the game to break up the fight, and they just start swinging their batons at everyone. Because the worst thing during the World Cup, on the day of a Brazil game, is having to go to work. Man, that's a punishment. But of course, a Brazilian is not going to miss Brazil playing. No way. The doctor performs surgery while the game plays on television, and the patient refuses anesthesia. That's so he doesn't fall asleep and miss the game. The driver is driving, but the game is playing on the radio. And it's even funny because if Brazil wins, everyone celebrates, says the national team is the best team in the world. But when Brazil loses, people start criticizing, saying all the players are terrible, that the coach is dumb. And there's no shortage of memes, because Brazilians are the biggest meme factory on the face of the earth, and player interviews are the most generic thing there is. When they lose the game, it's always the same excuses, saying they did what they could, that the team prepared, but the result didn't come. But the truth is that players make so much money that it doesn't matter to them if they lose or win the game. Because he knows that when he gets home, there's $1 million transfer waiting for him. Man, it's us fans who root for them and don't get anything. The end.